Hey everybody, welcome to More Please. Today I will give you my take on an SNL guest who got pulled from last week's show, plus a whole lot of Housewives news. And Anne Heche is coming by for a quick kiki. Grab your mugs because it's time for More Please. Hey everybody, hope you guys are having a happy Monday today. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Listen, I have a lot of tea to go over, so let's get started. It's time for Tony's Take. All right, so I asked you all to give me hot topics that you all want to hear my take on. Y'all flooded the DMs, and here we go. So first off, we're going to start off with Morgan Wallen, who was supposed to be the musical guest this past Saturday on SNL, but he got pulled. Now the tea is that he was in Alabama having a maskless party, or attended a maskless party, and was like kissing on girls and everything like that. Here's the funny thing about this story was that I didn't even know about this until I saw it on TikTok. There was this one girl who mentioned the story, and I thought it was like her boyfriend that she got caught, like she caught cheating or whatever. But it turned out to be Morgan Wallen, who I wasn't familiar with, but I think my mom is. She was like, oh, he was on The Voice. And I was like, oh, okay. Mom is hip too. But, with this whole pandemic and COVID protocols and all that kind of stuff, you can't be attending a maskless party and kissing up on girls and then flying yourself to New York and going on stage and being around all these people who have families and have, parents that they're taking care of and stuff like that, and are coming in to work safely after you just did all that. So I think on him, it was just obviously a dumb mistake on his part. He did release a video basically apologizing and taking accountability for his actions, which I think was a really good thing that he did. And hopefully he learns from this. I mean, when you start off on a reality show like The Voice and like your star is starting to rise like as quickly, I'm sure, as it is for him, like you just kind of forget that in this day and age, people have their phones out and they're documenting everything. So you have to be responsible so that way you don't lose out on huge opportunities like Saturday Night Live. This is huge. And all because you had to go to this party, you've lost out on it. So SNL replaced him with Jack White from the White Stripes, and the show went on and everything was fine. So Morgan, wear a mask, sanitize. Let's make sure this doesn't happen again. Okay. Side note though, I'm gonna tell you what didn't get pulled during Saturday Night Live, and that was the promo for this week's episode of The Weakest Link. You're gonna see me as a contestant tomorrow night, October 13th, 8 p.m. NBC, so don't miss it. Everybody was texting me saying, oh my God, I saw you on The Weakest Link, and I'm like, yep. But let's not start DMing me saying that I'm the weakest link until after you see the show. Okay. Moving on to some Housewives news. Y'all know I love the Housewives, especially the Atlanta Housewives. And this past Saturday, 10/10/20, Miss Cynthia Bailey and Mike Hill tied the knot. Now, if you guys watched last season, Cynthia was all about getting married and all about, tying the knot with Mike, and had this date in mind of 10/10/20. Now, of course, the pandemic hit, Corona hit, but Cynthia and Mike decided to still have their wedding. Get this, y'all. So there were 250 people attending this wedding. Now, let me tell you, I think I probably would have just said, you know what? Where's the Zoom link for this wedding? I'm just going to attend from the comfort of my home and Zoom in, because Miss Rona is still out here. Like, there's still stuff happening. The virus isn't over just because of 10/10/20. Your wedding date. But what I will give kudos to is that Cynthia and Mike did do everything they can to ensure their guest safety. They completely disinfected and did a deep cleaning of the wedding venue. There were hand sanitizing stations, guest temperatures were being checked, masks were being worn, social distancing was happening, which that must have been some huge property for you to social distance 250 people. But the wedding went on without a hitch, and they both looked absolutely stunning. You can see exclusive pictures and people for that, and I'm pretty sure they're filming for the upcoming season of Atlanta, Real Housewives of Atlanta. So I'm just glad they played it safe and everybody was fine and everyone looked like they had a good time. Kenya, Eva, and Candy were some of her bridesmaids. Nene Leakes was not there. And I'm pretty sure we all know why Nene decided not to attend. I mean, she's been in a battle with Bravo, but she did send Cynthia a text and they did talk before her wedding. But I'm pretty sure Nene was like, girl, I love you, but this is going to be on Bravo. Bravo's not cutting that check. Therefore, I'm going to be at the house. If I were attending the wedding, now if I actually would have went, I would have stood in the corner. And then for the reception, I would have said, just wrap that up. I'm gonna take my steak to go and I'm gonna eat that at the house because I can't be around all this too much longer. So congratulations to Cynthia and Mike. The chill wedding of October happened and I can't wait to see it on the Real Housewives of Atlanta's upcoming season. More housewife news is coming up. Ebony K. Williams has been announced as the first Black housewife of Real Housewives of New York. I mean, it only took 13 years for them to finally get an African-American female cast member, but it's gonna happen. She's already started filming, and she's very successful. She's a lawyer, an author, and a TV personality. My friend Jason Carter recently did a show with her, and she seemed to be a really, really cool 100% real girl. So I think she's going to fit right in. She has said that NYC is filled with successful and dynamic Black women. I'm excited to join the legendary franchise as the first Black housewife. Can't wait to share a slice of life in this city that hasn't been seen before. Anyone who's aware of my work knows I don't hold back. I'm going to keep it just as real as I do everywhere else. Well, honey, make sure you keep it 1000% real because I'm here for it. Now, I don't watch the Real Housewives of New York. I watch every other housewife except for New York and Orange County. But I might have to tune in to see what Miss Ebony is going to bring to these New York housewives. I think it's going to be something good. I think she's going to do really well. So congratulations to Ebony K. Williams for spicing up the Real Housewives of New York. And she follows along, Garcelle Bouvier was just this past season, she was the first Black housewife on Beverly Hills, and she has signed up for the next season, thank God, because I thought Garcelle was going to leave because Denise Richards left, but Garcelle is staying because let me tell you, they need a neutral Nancy on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills because them women are catty. So good luck to you, Ebony. We're all going to be rooting for you. And of course, last but not least, some more exciting news. We got some baby news, y'all. Now listen, we are 7 months in to this pandemic. And some of y'all ain't got nothing else to do but make babies. I have been scrolling through Facebook and Instagram and seeing all the gender reveals, the baby announcements, and everything like that. The only thing that I ask is that you do not name your child COVID, 19 COVID, pandemia, or any other form of this pandemic. We don't need reminders of 2020. But some celebrities who are bringing some babies into this world, a big congratulations to Kelly Rowland, who's expecting her second baby, Meghan Trainor, who's expecting her first baby, and Minnie Kaling gave birth to her second baby this past week. So congratulations to those ladies. Hey, y'all, if you want to hear my take on this week's Hot Topics, send me a DM at Lounging with Tony and let me know what you want to hear my take on. All right, y'all. Listen, that's been my take. And now coming up next, we have a Kiki with the lovely and beautiful Anne Heche. Pull up your mugs because it's time for More Please.
Greetings from Hollywood, California. I'm here at the world famous Magic Castle. a 56-year-old private members-only magic club that's usually only open to exclusive invitations and members only. But since the club's closure in March of the pandemic year, we have had our Dine and Delight program, which is actually open to the public. It's our to-go cuisine from our executive chef, Alex Arrieta. Delicious 4-star cuisine available at affordable prices to anyone in the LA area every Wednesday through Sunday night. All you have to do is go to togo.magiccastle.com, place your order by 4 p.m. the day before, and then come by on your pickup day and pick up your delicious, delicious cuisine. And not only that, we've got cocktails, beer, wine, our special beverages like the Neil Patrick Harris Old Fashioned. We've got it all here for people to experience a little bit of magic during these crazy times. It's called Dine and Delight, togo.magiccastle.com. Safe pickup from the Magic Castle directly into your vehicle at affordable prices. Bring the magic home.
All right, y'all. She is here to have a little kiki with me to talk all things Dancing with the Stars. Please help me welcome my very special good Judy today, Miss Anne Heche. Come on in, Anne.
Hi there.
Hi.
Kiki sounds a lot like kinky.
Huh?
Kiki sounds a lot like kinky. Is that intentional?
Well, you know, in the LGBTQIA community,
Yes,
we like to have a kiki where we just like, you know, have a talk, have a gossip fest, spill tea, you know, all of that. And then I guess if it gets kinky later, then that's up to the people
That's
who
up
are
to the individual.
very much. And let me tell you, I absolutely adore you, and you know how much I adore you, because what people don't know is that this literally started on Instagram. I did one post when I saw this fabulous woman come on to Dancing with the Stars in all of her fabulousness, in all of her legendariness, and I was like, I like her. And I did a post, and you reposted it. We started following each other, and then I was like, can you come on my show and talk with me, please? And here we are.
Well, I mean, I was so amazed. First of all, your enthusiasm and joy is captivating. And when it involves me, of course, it's perfectly correct. You know, you said that I was your everything. I hope to not misquote you, but you know, yeah. I believe that. I believe that self-knowledge is one thing. Another's knowledge is everything. Yes. And what that said to me was that you were connecting with what it was that I was giving that was truthful, me living out loud, yes. And embracing the unknown for myself. And the appreciation of that went beyond, oh, look at her outfit, although it was very kiki. And I appreciate that. I don't think we get enough encouragement in this world to reach out to people who are making their statement without anybody else's demand on what it is that they're saying. And that's what I like about your show. It's what I like about you. Shared with me that your friends encourage that in you. And, yes. And friendships are what took me through my time to the point where I got to Dancing with the Stars to share my story. And that's taken, you know, it obviously took too long because it was about 20 years. But that is what I received from you. And I want to give you that encouragement back, because that's not what I got 20 years ago to have my voice encouraged. And it means a lot to me to be able to tell you that your voice is clear and it's pure and it sings and it resonates, and I'm appreciative of it and being involved in it.
Oh my God, Anne, thank you so much. You gave us so much during your time on Dancing with the Stars. Like, thank you. The one thing that I absolutely love is just your commitment to it. Like watching stars come onto this show, usually having no dance training, like have never done ballroom, and they're
except for this year's cast. Like 5 of them are professional dancers. Yeah, that's what I thought it was, Tony. But no, it turns out no. It's like, oh, pros all over the place.
No, but you held your own. Like you were so committed and so into it, and I thoroughly enjoyed all of your performances. Like, what made you decide to do Dancing with the Stars? Like, you're sitting at your house and you're chilling and someone says, hey, Anne, come on Dancing with the Stars. And you're like, okay. Like, what made you decide to be a part of the show this year?
Well, I kind of got glee in my heart. I was like, yes. I always wondered if I could do it. You know, you think about Dancing with the Stars and I'm like, you know, I do body movement and I train my body and I feel like I'm in pretty good shape. I dance around the house during COVID, which, by the way, a name for a baby is COVID. Wouldn't that be funny? You know how people like they just changed the accent on the syllable? It's like, oh, my baby's name is COVID-19. Like,
no, we cannot do this to these 2020 babies. We cannot have COVID. We cannot have pandemia. We can't have any of that.
No, my nickname is Vid. It's not good. You call me Vid? No, you know what I mean? You just want to move on from it. But, you know, I consider myself a performance artist really more than I do. Not that anybody knows or cares about that. But I want to continue to work and strive, whether or not people know that I'm doing that because I'm not in the media eye as much as some other times in my life. I push and go and try to move forward. So the challenge of Dancing with the Stars is one thing, and also putting myself in a situation where I was excited to learn something. Always, why not learn from a master? You know, it's such a help. But also be a representative of what it is to be an artist for me, because I don't get to talk about that very much. And for me, it's a commitment to the unknown. And the risk that you take is to say, I don't know what I'm doing. And that's how I strive and thrive in my art so that I can be better, because everything we learn makes us better.
Yeah. We have a question from our chat room, Ronnie, who's a good friend of mine. Hey, Ronnie. He wants to know, who are you rooting for and who was fun to work with during Dancing with the Stars?
Listen, let me just say that everybody on this crew was so extraordinary. I mean, come on, you don't come out with the Star Spangled Banner flag inside out on you without an entire crew of people, from lighting to directing to costume to hair and makeup, all putting forth for that 1 week what it would be like to see me turn myself inside out and embrace that time in my life.
Yeah. So,
incredible on the behind the scenes opportunity. Keo, of course, becoming a very dear friend and partner. Amazing. Stop it. I mean, I'm 50. Hello. I was in a room with him. He kept taking his shirt off, making me blush. Hi.
I had your same reaction during 2 weeks ago when y'all did Hercules and he ripped his shirt off, and both of us at the same time. You didn't know this, but when I was watching, we both went,
well, yours may be a little less planned than mine. However, no, we have had so much fun, being alive and awake in our relationship, and how special it was to be able to bring such different colors out of each other, you know, and the entire, as I say, like they call it Dancing with the Stars. They have it all wrong. We are Dancing with the Stars. We are the ones coming on like, what? So it's funny that they call it that. But each one of these dancers is phenomenal. The pros are absolutely phenomenal, and they all touched me and moved me. I was blown away, but I had no idea who else was going to be on it when I decided to join. That wasn't part of my factor. However, to be able to meet some of these artists, I mean, come on. I was not sharing a trailer. He wasn't in my bathroom, but with Nelly, you know, it's like you just going, which by the way is the sweetest guy. When I say my favorite, I say it in an absolutely genuine, special understanding of who Sky is, and my incredible delight in seeing a child, a girl, a young woman with such clarity, such brilliance, such nonstop focus. Talk about focus. Top it with ability and her maturity in what she does with joy. You know, she's like my girl. She tells me I'm her girl. You know, she's my girl. I don't think we would ever forget this connection, and it will grow into something. And to be honest with you, I feel that lucky with Keo and a couple of the other dancers who just moved me. And every time we say yes to something, we are enjoined with others who make us better people. And I believe that was the whole reason to do it.
Wait, and who's your girl? Who were you just referring to?
Sky.
Oh, Oh yes. Oh, she is so adorable.
Well,
She's
hello. I know
adorable.
that I took all your attention.
You did. You did. And I was like, wait, did I miss who she was talking to?
Sky,
I love her.
Sky. The youngest girl on it. I mean, I'm just telling you, she just is. She's just. I mean, it's no. I'm not the first one to say it. She's obviously a big star.
Yeah.
But her sparkle is special and it's real, and I just I dig knowing her. I can't wait to be a part of her career.
Yeah. Now you just mentioned Keo. You two have such great chemistry with each other. Like not just on the show, but like I tuned into a couple of lives, and you guys have so much fun with each other. Like what?
Wait till you see our next Instagram post. Is it coming? We hope it comes during this conversation.
Okay.
We have a blast together.
You guys like what is it that draws the chemistry and you two together? Like what is it like about him that you're just like, I get you, I understand you, this is fun? Like what is it?
Gosh darn it, I missed the last part of that because you went into it.
Oh.
But it is the essence of looking at someone in the eye and understanding that they're looking at you with the same clarity. And I think we go into a lot of relationships, see a lot of people, our capacity to see another is our capacity to see ourselves. And if we bring a lot of garbage into that first meeting, like, oh, I wonder if that person's going to like me. I'm not sure if I'm going to say the right thing. Oh my, gee, well, are they in my group? Do they believe the same thing? We bring all this garbage and then we deal with garbage. But when you come with clarity, with the truthfulness about yourself and say, I'm here, are you?
Yeah.
And they say, uh-huh. You go, bump, bang. And you don't even necessarily have to be in person, Tony, like you and me. Your clarity comes out and I go, oh, I recognize that. I want to hang with that.
Yep.
That's my kind of person.
Yep.
You don't have to be my kind of person. I recognize my kind of person.
Yeah.
If you recognize that in another, you want to bring that to each other and go, oh, bum, 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 bum. Yes, that works. Yes, I want to encourage it. And that was all that it was with Keo. He doesn't have garbage. He lives in love, and which means he lives in the essence of what it is to say, I'm here to give.
Yeah.
I'm here to give myself. I'm here to do the best I can. I'm going to commit. And that is my gift, and I live it. And not a lot of people live in that truth, and that just makes me kiki.
Yeah. I feel like I just taught you a new word. Like all day today, you're gonna be like,
bad now. That is my kiki.
Now, speaking of your truth, the night that you were eliminated, which I still think that you should not have been eliminated. You still should be dancing, and we should still be seeing you tonight for 80s night. You revealed your truth about your time where you were dating Ellen, and you made that decision to take her as your date to the Volcano premiere, and like literally all hell broke loose after that. You were removed before the movie ended. You couldn't go to your premiere, and there was this stigma with this relationship which didn't allow you to do what you love through a studio network for 10 years. First of all, I want to say thank you for your courage back then.
Thank you.
To make that decision, because back then it was harder to stand up for what you believed in and to not take the advice of industry people and say, okay, if you say that I shouldn't do it because it's going to affect my career, then I won't do it. You looked at them and said, I'm taking her. And we're pressing forward. And thank you for that bravery, because now, because of that has led to it being easier and more accepting now. So thank you for that, and thank you for your courage, and thank you for sharing that with us on Dancing with the Stars. But those 10 years, how were you? Like, how did that affect you? What was going on in your mind during that time because I can just imagine you going through this and your star being on the rise and you making this decision. And I know till this day you still stand by it, but what was Anne going through during those 10 years?
That's a lot to put in a small package. But first, I want to acknowledge that every step is a step for further. And one of the badges I wear with the most honor in my life is that I help move that needle forward in acceptance on any level. One other thing that people don't know, which I've realized because now I'm being asked to expand on my story a little bit because people don't know these details. And I realize that there's something that's interesting for people to understand. When you look at the timeline, I met Ellen DeGeneres on a Sunday night at the Vanity Fair party. Mm-hmm. Tuesday night, she was coming out on national television on her own show. Mm-hmm. Thursday night was my Volcano premiere. I had known Ellen for 4 days.
Wow.
When I was confronted with the suits, I call them, telling me during my press junket when I was sitting with Ellen that I would be fired from my multi-million-dollar picture deal with Fox if I took a woman, and the woman sitting next to me was Ellen, and she grabbed my hand and said, "Do what they say." My God, this is nuts. Don't listen to them. You're the it girl, whatever, right? I was like, no, I don't want to be it. I played that in tag, and I didn't like that position. And I'm sitting here, and I'm on the armchair at a very fancy hotel, the Four Seasons Hotel in Beverly Hills, getting ready to go back and do my press junket, and being told I can't take a woman to my premiere, and she's telling me not to.
Wow.
And I said, now this was Wednesday, to put it in the timer. I go, didn't you just come out last night on your show? I mean, wait a minute. Isn't this what we're talking about?
Yeah.
I'm literally sitting with you, holding you up. Yes, I just met you. That has nothing to do with it. If I was taking George Clooney, I don't think these 5 suits would be here telling me not to take it.
Right. Exactly.
So I don't have a choice. My father died of AIDS in 1983, was one of the first people to die of AIDS. And I thought that's what destroyed his family, our family. The ability to not tell the truth is what made you live and lie. When you live and lie, you destroy. Period. That was what my philosophy was. I didn't have a choice. You can't look at me and go, oh, okay. You know what I'll do? I'll just go and hide myself a little bit. There's no little bit of hate and love.
Yeah.
It was surprising to everybody. And yes, they said, well, you haven't known her very long. That didn't have anything to do with it. What had more to do with it is that everyone was assuming that who you are in your life and what you stand for is secondary to the carrot that's being dangled for you that says, but look, look how shiny it is.
Yeah.
But you're going to be the star of I was also told I wasn't going to be able to do the Harrison Ford movie, which I had tested for the day before with Harrison. So all these carrots, and by the way, they're the greatest carrots in the world. Nobody gets to have them. That's one of the things that's most amazing about my story. Who gets at 26 years old to be told you're starring with Harrison Ford? You have a multi-million. Everything is going to be given to you. Here's the carrot. All you have to do is lie a little bit.
Just a little bit.
It's just right there. What's the big deal? Well, that is the big deal. And when you ask about the next 20 years of my life, it wasn't just 10. 10 years I didn't work in a studio picture until I did Cedar Rapids because Miguel Arteta demanded that I audition. Yeah. What it did was trigger an understanding for me of what my life is about. I am about figuring this shit out. I want to know what it is. I want to know why our society is doing this to each other. I want to know how I can help. I want to know why what I say when I tell the truth, when I say that we should be able to love who we want to love, it doesn't land as anything but fluff or phooey or not the conversation to be having or not worth hiring after you speak. Why, when you speak of more love, do you get punished? That means that becomes my job. And it did. And it became my job for 20 years. I've written one book and now I've written a second one. We do not have the right to discriminate against anyone for anything. And I, having been through that situation, made it the study of my life. And I could not be prouder of that. It doesn't mean it wasn't easy to think or doubt. Doubting myself was one of the biggest challenges we have in our life. When doubt comes at you, it is the time and space between you and deciding who you are. That's what doubt is. It's a gift. It took a long time for me to be here right now, but my commitment to it is the support of friends who say you continue to be who you are. A lot of them drop off, by the way. Mm-hmm. It gets it gets to be a tiny group. I started a family. I have 2 incredible boys because of it. my life allows me to stand in the privilege of who I am and telling the truth and living in joy. And that is why it took so long to be able to represent it, because the result of consequences is that people believe that the consequences are worth denying themselves for. Look what Anne did. That doesn't look good. She got hung. That doesn't look good. Ellen becomes a big star. Oh, that don't look good. And the Anne, where the hell is she? Oh my God, she's doing Lifetime movie. Did you see her on that Lifetime movie? Right? That looks like failure and can be perceived as such.
Yeah.
My commitment has been to be able to stand up and say, oh, hold on a second. The privilege of love might take a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
The privilege is much brighter when you say yes to yourself and what it is you are dedicated to. And that's what's happened for the last 20 years.
Amen to that. And I feel like, especially in this industry, we forget to say yes to ourselves because we like those carrots. We want those.
It's so
perfect. It's what we are here for. And then we lose ourselves. Because
it's somebody else's ideal for us, not ours.
Yes.
And that idea can be, and that's why I say I'm so lucky to have had it really was a privilege of a choice so young in my life to be able to determine what it is to live in that place of choice of saying yes to yourself. And it's one of my greatest delights that I get to be able to represent and share that with others.
Exactly. Oh my gosh, this Kiki went by so quick. Before we have to wrap things up, what did you take from this experience of Dancing with the Stars? Your time on the show definitely impacted me. Like, I absolutely love it. I adore you. I'm going to be looking out for what's going to happen in the future for you. But what did you take from this experience?
Well, I tell you, I kind of have a delight because I was waiting for the show to end to announce my podcast, Better Together with Heather, and I am lucky enough that I get to move that launch up, talking about exactly what you're talking about, the necessity of understanding, grasping, and engaging in knowledge that we don't have for ourselves, and celebrating that with others so that we can learn more and be a more harmonized society.
Well, listen, the second it's announced, you let me know so that I can let everyone else know so that they can.
Can't wait. I look forward to the moment I will have you on, Tony.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Obviously, we can kiki even more.
Oh, we're gonna kiki out, brother.
And
get t-shirts. I am Kiki. Are you?
And
we are Kiki.
We are. I feel like that's a shirt.
Kiki. Are you?
And before I let you go, I have to acknowledge to my soap fans that many of them have said that they definitely enjoyed your time on Another World.
I love you, Vicky and Marley. And by the way, it's no mistake. Like my two names on a soap opera were Vicky and Marley Love from Another World. No, you know what? The universe might have been understanding something.
Well, and thank you so much for coming on and giving me a laugh, giving me so much joy. And I just thank you so much. You are fabulous. You are everything. And I hope we get to do this again and again and again and again.
I do too. We will kiki together.
Yes, I love that. Thank you, Anne. I appreciate you.
Together, kiki together.
Hey, you guys don't go anywhere. We have more pleas coming up. I have just a little bit more for you.
I just started my first talk show with an apology. I'm so Canadian. Okay. It's very hard for me not to apologize for that apology. Hi. This is Hump Day with Hampshire. I'm Emily Hampshire. This is my first virtual talk show. It's my first anything talk show.
It started as a cough or maybe a sneeze. Now here we are in quarantine. And if you act, dance, play, or sing, chances are you're on the couch not doing a thing. So watch Hump Day with Hampshire. Have some fun before we retire. Take a little break from the quagmire. It's Hump Day with Hampshire.
And if anyone's tuning in right now, they're like, This is the weirdest show I've ever seen.
Literally, we're going to think that they're on some psychotropic Friends.
Whew, oh my gosh, I had so much fun with Anne, but guess what? Those tea mugs are empty. I got a little Venmo for you. So we have all seen the viral video that has happened from our little friend named at Dogface208. You saw him cruising around on his skateboard, drinking ocean spray and listening to Fleetwood Mac. And because of that content, it went viral. Ocean Spray sent him a supply of juices and they gave him a car, all because he decided to post a content. And so I wanted to encourage all of you, that idea, that content, anything that you're thinking about doing, go ahead and put it out into the world, because look, you never know what it could become. So thank you guys so much for coming on and watching More Please. Hey, we've got more coming for you next Monday, same time. We have our original Dance Moms coming on. They are going to be talking about their newest podcast, Because I Said So. So join Jill, Kelly, Holly, and Melissa from Dance Moms next week right here on More Please. We'll see you then.